Hey everyone, this is Pause or Repeat. Here we figure out whether a game is really worth your time and money. Today's game is Call of Duty Black Ops 7. This is the yearly release in the Call of Duty series, so of course you can expect there to be a campaign, multiplayer, and since it's in the Black Ops sub-series, there is also a zombies mode. The campaign follows David Mason and his team in 2035, 10 years after the events of Black Ops 2. They're investigating the shady dealings of the Guild, and a subsequent return of Raul Menendez. Their job? Stop any nefarious plans intending to throw the world into disorder once again. But now the question still stands. Pause or repeat. The yearly release. Does it not make your eyes just roll a little bit whenever you hear that it's coming out? Like, oh, okay, here we go again. Did you learn any mistakes from last year? Let's find out. What do you think, Chris?
Well, when you do play Black Ops 7, it definitely does feel like a very rushed project, I would say. I mean, yeah, Treyarch and Raven Software boldly explore a future where the world is collapsing, trust is gone, and the only thing more unstable than global politics, Henrik, is the player base, okay? I mean, this time they ditched solo campaigns entirely. I mean, that was a very big shocker for me because apparently, I guess, playing alone in 2035 is as outdated as split screen couches. You know what I mean? Are they predicting the future?
I wouldn't be so pressed about that if, it was an option maybe to play co-op and not forced onto me. And the reason why it's a problem that it was forced onto me is if I want to play alone, I won't have any NPC squad mates with me like I normally do in previous games. I'm just alone, even though I'm getting comms from my squad mates in the story. It doesn't make any sense, and it makes it more annoying actually sometimes in certain parts where you're really intended to have another person, at least one more person. And I had this problem, Chris, while playing the game in the forced co-op mode, where in more than half of the missions, people left. People left halfway through or at the start of the mission. So I ended up doing the mission either with just one other person or by myself.
Well, sometimes duty calls in real life, right? I mean, I'm with you. I mean, playing alone feels like trying to do karaoke with nobody else singing. I mean, that's always like a really cringy experience. I mean, yeah, you can do it, but you'll question every life choice that got you there. But yeah, they try to set it up as like, Black Ops 7 is tossing you into a world on the brink. Yeah, there's that psychological warfare that they fully lean into. I don't know what the hell this was. Was this like Batman was going to make an appearance? They throw some cloud of smoke.
Thinking like Scarecrow's going to out of the shadows.
They stole that plot. It was like, guys, I think we can come up with something a little bit different.
And honestly, that lends to it not really having the right tone for the campaign, because not only did they do a thing kind of like Rise of Skywalker, the last in the Disney trilogy of Star Wars, where they're just like, yeah, somehow this villain just came back. Yeah, somehow Menendez came back. They don't really explain until maybe a couple missions in. I won't spoil it for those who haven't played the campaign, but it's silly. And aside from that, just the tone of the story makes the villains seem like Saturday cartoon villains, which is not a good thing. Because every time I'm facing these bosses, I just feel like I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are because you didn't make me care who you are.
Yeah.
And now I'm just not having a good time because I'm not enjoying the experience of playing the campaign.
Yeah, they pretty much try to set it up as like this collapsing governments, and then you're David Mason leading a squad through Avalon, and I'm with you, Henrik. And part of me was wondering, like, is removing the pause button the most diabolical thing Call of Duty has ever done in the co-op campaign? Because the experience felt less like a story mode and more like a Warzone multiplayer experience through like a fan mod. You know what I mean? Like, it was very, very odd.
Funny you bring that up, considering that when you finish the campaign, it goes into an extraction shooter multiplayer mode.
Right. That's why I was like very confused, and that's why we made this joke like numerous times leading into Black Ops 7. But it's like knowing that they're going to be entering the space of the cinematic universe. After this release, it's like, what movie do you really want them to focus on? The one that's the latest or something that's a little bit retro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The old school modern warfare. But you know what's wild?
And honestly,
gamers?
if they can't write a good story based on this, then I don't have good hopes for the story in the movie.
But you know what's also insane, and I was shocked that this was a real statistic. Activision knows that people don't finish Call of Duty stories. So I think they did that on purpose to lend into this new extraction. Because get this, Henrik, I don't know if you know this. Only 5% of PlayStation players finished Black Ops 6's campaign last year. So that's lower than the odds of finding a teammate with a working mic who isn't clipping their audio. You know what I mean, Henrik? Like, that's insane.
I'd like to see the stats, maybe a year from now on how many people finished this one. If it's only 5% for last year, campaign was better than this one.
Right.
We'll see how the stats turn out this year.
And to be fair to Black Ops 7, I think the moment your boots hit the ground, it feels great. I mean, the shooting, the sliding, and now the wall jumping, I think is a lot of fun. I mean, but the weapons, though, I don't know if you felt this way, but it weirdly all kind of feels the same. It's the same thing I felt like with Arc Raiders. It was like, I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just kind of picking up a gun. I'm just kind of flowing with it. Like, I didn't find myself switching guns as I started progressing, in the leveling up. It was kind of reminded me of when you go to a liquor store and you try on these sunglasses and you're kind of just like, yeah, there's a lot of options, but nothing that made me kind of just jump out and go, yeah, that's the one. Your boy looking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny you say that because playing through the campaign, a lot of the enemies are bullet sponges. So you end up having to change out your weapon every now and then. But in the multiplayer, most guns will kill people in a few shots. So
yeah.
Any gun's going to feel pretty similar to each other. Just, with slight variations in, rounds per minute and reload speed, that sort of thing.
Well, it seems like even the snipers, too, are super OP. You can hit someone in the leg and they're already getting knocked out. It's like, and I get that. It's like in real life. Duh. But I don't know. Every Call of Duty game, it never felt like that.
But you really think Call of Duty games are, super realistic? That's not true. Really. If you're looking
Black
for
Ops 7 is definitely
to...
not trying to go that route.
Well, exactly. And if you're looking for realism, you go to a game like Battlefield.
Yeah, fair enough. And obviously, Black Ops 7 heavily leans on the multiplayer action. I mean, that's clearly the draw for this game. And the maps are kind of like a mystery kind of grab bag in a sense. I mean, yeah, you're either going to get a banger or you're going to get something that feels like a rejected Warzone concept area. That's kind of how I felt. But Henrik, did you also feel like the new maps were designed by 5 different teams who never met each other, or was that just me?
Yeah, Call of Duty map design's not really been the best in the last several years at this point. Honestly, it feels like the maps everyone really likes are the maps that were either made by mistake, like Shipment, or the maps that have become a staple at this point. Things that are in multiple iterations of the game. But any new maps that come around, it's always hated for whatever reason. And it could be maybe the spawn points suck. And they are sometimes a problem.
Spawns still do suck. And that is the biggest problem with Call of Duty. It's like you would think by now they would have figured it out. No, they really haven't. But yeah, the maps, the guild is busy, I gotta say. I mean, yeah, they're going off of that. There's maps like Blackheart that throws you onto a drilling platform where they're mining resources like they're trying to build a second Death Star, I suppose. You got Cortex that hangs off the side of a cliff because nothing says cutting edge science like a workplace conditions that OSHA would faint over, right? I mean, these are the kind of environment that the future wants you to believe. Was there another map that kind of stuck out to you? I know a lot of people are saying Hijacked, and that's kind of sad. It's like, really, that's an old map. Like, really, that's the highlight? That's the go-to?
That's what I was saying. People like the maps that they know already, and introducing new ones, they usually don't like them. I do like Hijack. Hijack is a good map.
Yeah, that's cool, but I just get so sick of that shit. I mean, that's why it's where it was trending, a week ago, where they're like, wow, AI assets are really heavily involved in this game. And it's like, yeah, no shit. They keep using their old assets all the time. No wonder they would start leaning on AI assets. And yeah, you're going to get some other cool places like Exposures, their training facility. it's pretty wide open and perfect for like sprinting and flanking and, you know, being shot by someone who's just definitely camping. Or, you know, or the Forge. That one's kind of interesting too. You know, you're going to get like a research HQ that kind of gives you a glimpse of what I would imagine is the future, where, you know, those GPU clusters for AI create every bad idea for weapon upgrades. So good job, Call of Duty. You really nailed it on that one. But let's go into the zombies mode, because shockingly, I think that's the MVP here. It's round-based again, old school, and for the first time, you can actually pause and come back later, Henrik. I mean, isn't that incredible? I mean, that is like something that gamers have been demanding for so long.
They took it out of one mode and they added it to another for you.
Exactly. I know, right? How crazy is that? The campaign does not. I mean, I cannot stress enough, Henrik, how insane that is. Like, I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, the undead have more compassion for your bladder, Henrik, than the campaign does. Okay? How does that make any sense? Or does it? Yeah, it does. Sometimes those zombie matches, woo-wee.
They'll go for a very, very long time if you
it's
really
like a zombie.
are good at that.
It'll eat up you alive. It'll eat up your time.
Yep.
But if you got the Game Pass, Henrik, and you jump in with friends, you'd probably have a blast. But if you're thinking about buying Black Ops 7 outright, I mean, how you vibing with it? Because is this like an outright repeat, or is this just a pause? Just move on and play something.
Oh no, this Chris, this is a pause. 100%. Like, I didn't even buy it outright. I played it on Game Pass, and I still want my money back.
I know, even the
And
co-op
campaign. I told my friends, you know, because they had bought Black Ops 6 as well last year, and they didn't really like it after a couple months. I was like, guys, we're not buying it outright this year. We're just playing on Game Pass. If we're playing it, that's it. We're not buying it.
Yeah, I know that.
And I think I made the good call.
Yeah, I know there's going to be the legacy fan base that is still going to jump in, and I know that the community is going to be very, very massive, and, you know, Black Ops 7 could potentially promise really good things in the future. But for like now, I'm with you. I think it's a pause. I mean, I don't even think, you know, like the jokes have been kind of already starting with some of the memes going around, going like, the co-op campaign, does that alone, does that warrant the price of a Game Pass? No. Is single player campaign gone forever when it comes to the Call of Duty franchise? We'll see. But hey, we want to know from you, the gamers, is Call of Duty Black Ops 7 a repeat for endless fun, or a pause to play something new? Let us know what's good.